My parents came to the United States not because they were being persecuted, not because things weren't going well in their home country. They actually came to the United States because some friends that they had here in the U.S. were telling them there was a good opportunity to start over in your life or just create something better. My father was in the police force in Mexico. So he realized at that point in time, back in 1986, that things were increasingly becoming more violent, and the political nature of things were heading in a direction that he had never seen before. So that is really what launched him to make the decision to move his family to the U.S. in Florida. We spent, as a family, working out in the fields for 2 days. My father, after 2 days, realized that this is not why he came to America, and if this was the only opportunity for him, then he would return with his family. However, there was an opportunity waiting for him elsewhere for other kind of work, and so he went with that. We had no vehicle, we didn't have a home, so we were kind of just staying around other friends' homes. My experience at 5 years old when I went to kindergarten and was in a social setting is when I realized the difference that people made with me. And as a child, I couldn't understand what the dynamics of that force was. But I just remember always being the other. I remember always being pointed out as being different. So my parents realized quickly that something wasn't working out for me in school because I would come home and I would be pretty upset, just kind of sad. I had a hard time making friends even at that age. So they took me out of that school and took me to a new location. And I had better experiences at my new school. There was more people that looked like me, who talked like me. I would come home. My parents already had a list of chores for me to do, which primarily included translating information, interpreting information, and that was so daunting to me at that age, to interpret medical bills and insurance bills and electrical bills. And because we had such a communication barrier, there was times that we would get our power shut off. There was a particular moment in our family life where we had a huge tragedy. Our house burned to the ground. We didn't have home insurance, and so all of our possessions were destroyed. After that, we ended up having to go to a certain part of town that wasn't necessarily the best part of town. As much as it was bad, I also had a very nice upbringing in that state. We live right by the beach, so most of my childhood memories are happy. I remember playing in the sand, building sandcastles, and just meeting people from all over the world. So it was definitely, I have to say that the good made up for the bad. I'm in a situation right now where I'm learning. I have some mentors. I'm kind of trying to add up the last 29 years of my life. I'm trying to, from a rough draft of all of that, put it all together in a way that's making sense for me and in a way that allows me to help people who were once in my situation. Circumstances in my life took me to different places to meet different people. And so I understand what it's like to deal with people that come from very sad backgrounds. Examples, people who were trafficked. But I know the other side as well. I understand the inner workings of government, and I bring that to my work. I think it's very valuable, but I couldn't do it without the help of my peers. I couldn't do it without the help of the community. So I think that's what I bring.